So hello friends, welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to explain about the syllabus of Karnataka Board CET, Karnataka CET 2025 Physics syllabus. So here theory, so in class 11th, in that they will ask from unit 1, units and measures, needs for measurements, units of measurement, system of units, SI unit, fundamental and derived unit, significant figures. Then dimension of physical quantities, dimension formula and equation, dimension analysis and its application. Then in unit 2, they will ask, that is kinematics, frame of reference, motion in a straight line, speed and velocity, uniform and non-uniform motion, instantaneous speed and velocity, uniformly accelerated motion, velocity time graph and position time graph, relation for uniformly accelerated motion, elementary concepts of differentiation and integration for describing motion, scalar and vector quantities, position and displacement vector, general vectors and notation, equality of vectors, multiplication of vector by a real number, addition and subtraction of vectors. Then unit vectors, resolution of a vector in a plane rectangular components, scalar and vector products of a vector, motion in a plane, case of uniform velocity and uniform acceleration, projectile motion, uniform circular motion. Then in unit 3, laws of motion, that is intuitive concept of force, inertia, Newton's first law of motion, momentum and Newton's second law of motion, impulse, Newton's third law of motion, law of conservation of linear momentum and its application, equilibrium of concurrent forces, common forces in mechanics, static and kinetic friction, laws of friction, rolling friction, methods of reducing friction. Then dynamics of uniform circular motion, centripetal force, example of circular motion. In unit 4, work, energy and power, work done by a constant forces and a variable force, kinetic energy, work energy theorem, power, motion of potential energy of a spring, conservative forces, conservative of mechanical energy, non-conservative forces, motion in a vertical circle, elastic and inelastic collision in 1 and 2 dimensions. In unit 5, motion of system of particles and rigid body, center of mass of a two particle system, momentum conservation and motion of center of mass of rigid bodies, movement of a force torque, angular momentum, conservation of a angular momentum with some example. Then equilibrium of rigid bodies, rigid body rotation and equation of rotational motion, comparison of linear and rotational motions, moment of inertia, radius of gyration, moment of inertia of some regular bodies about specific axes. Then unit 6, gravitation, in that Kepler's law of planetary motion, the universal law of gravitation and gravitational constant, acceleration due to gravity and its variation with altitude and depth, gravitational potential energy, gravitational potential, escape velocity, earth satellites, orbital velocity and time period of a satellite, energy of a orbiting satellite. Then unit 7, properties of bulk matter, stress strain relationship, Hooke's law, stress strain curve, Young's modulus, bulk modulus, shear modulus of rigidity, Poisson's ratio, elastic energy, application of elastic behavior of material, pressure due to the fluid column, Pascal's law and its application, fluid dynamics, equation of continuity, viscosity, Stokes' law, terminal velocity, streamline and turbulent flow, Bernoulli's theorem and its application, surface tension, energy, angle of contact, excess of pressure, application of surface tension, ideas to drop bubbles and capillary rise, thermal properties of matter, heat and temperature, ideal gas equation and absolute temperature, thermal expansion of solids, liquids and gases, specific heat capacity, Cp, Cv, calorimetry, change of state, latent heat, heat transfer, conduction and thermal conductivity, convection and radiation, qualitative ideas of black body radiation, Wein's displacement law, Stephen's Boltzmann's law, and Newton's law of cooling. Then in Unit 8, thermodynamics, thermal equilibrium and differentiation of temperature, heat, work and internal energy. First law of thermodynamics, specific heat capacity, thermodynamic state variable and equation of state, thermodynamic processes, isothermal and adiabatic processes. Second law of thermodynamics, reversible and irreversible processes, Carnot engine. Then in Unit 9, beware of perfect gas and kinetic theory, equation of state of a perfect gas, kinetic theory of gases, assumption, concept of pressure, kinetic energy and temperature, RMS speed of gas molecules, degrees of freedom, law of equipartition of energy, and application to specific heat capacities of gases and solids, concept of mean free path. Unit 10, oscillation and waves, periodic motion period, frequency displacement as a function of time, periodic functions, simple harmonic motion and its equation, phase, oscillations of a spring restoring force and force constant, energy in SHM, kinetic and potential energies, simple pendulum, derivation of expression for its time period, wave motion, longitudinal and transverse waves, speed of wave motion, displacement relation for a progressive wave, principle of superposition of waves, reflection of waves, standing waves in strings and organ pipes, fundamental mode and harmonic beats. So this is the all the things that you have to read from the class 11th for CET, Karnataka CET 2025 in physics. Next in class 12th theory, what you have to study is that is Unit 1, Electrostatistics, electric charges and their basic properties, Coulomb's law, force between 2 point charges, forces between multiple charges, superposition principle and continuous charge distribution, electric field due to a point charge, electrical field lines, electric dipole, electric field due to a dipole, torque on a dipole in a uniform electric field, electric flux, statement of Gauss theorem and its application to find field due to infinitely long straight wire, uniformly charged infinite plane sheet and uniformly charged thin spherical sheet shell, electric potential difference, electric potential due to a point charge, a dipole and system of charges, equipotential surfaces, electrical potential energy of a system of charges and of electric dipole in a electrostatic field, then conductor and insulator, free charges and bound charges inside a conductor, dielectrics and electric polarization, capacitors and capacitance, combination of capacitor in series and in parallel, capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with and without dielectric medium between the plates, energy stored in a capacitor. Unit 2, current electricity, electric current, flow of electric charges in metallic conductor, drift, velocity and mobility and their relation with electric current, Ohm's law, electrical resistance, VI characteristics, electrical energy and power, electrical resistivity and conductivity, temperature dependence of resistance, internal resistance of a cell, potential difference and EMF of a cell, combination of cells in series and in parallel, Kirchhoff's law and its simple applications, Wheatstone bridge. Then Unit 3, magnetic effect of current and magnetism, concept of magnetic effect, magnetic field, Orsted's experiment, Biot-Savart's law and its application to current carrying circular loop, Ampere's law and its application to infinitely long straight wire and solenoid, force on a moving charge in uniform magnetic and electric fields, force on a current carrying conductor in a uniform magnetic field, force between two parallel current carrying conductors, definition of ampere, and torque experienced by a current loop in a magnetic field, moving coil galvanometer, its current sensitive and T and conversion to ammeter to ammeter and voltmeter, current loop as a magnetic dipole and its magnetic dipole moment, torque on a magnetic dipole in a uniform magnetic field, per magnet as a equivalent solenoid, magnetic field lines, dipole in a uniform magnetic field, Gauss law in magnetism, magnetization and magnetic intensity, diapara and ferromagnetic substance with example. Unit 4, Electromagnetic Induction and Alternative Currents. Electromagnetic induction, Faraday's law, induced EMF and current, Lenz's law, motional EMF, self and mutual inductance, AC generator. Alternative current, peak and RMS value of alternative current voltage, AC applied to a resistor, an inductor and a capacitor, reactance and impedance, LCR series current circuit, resonance, power in AC circuits, wattless current transformers. In Unit 5, electromagnetic waves, need for displacement current, electromagnetic waves and their characteristics, transverse nature of electromagnetic wave, electromagnetic spectrum, like radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible, ultraviolet, X-ray, gamma ray, including elementary facts about their uses. Then Unit 6, optics, reflection of light, spherical mirrors, mirror formula, refraction of light, total refraction of light, total internal reflection and its application, optical fiber, refraction and spherical surface, lenses, lens marks, lens makers formula, magnification, power of a lens, combination of thin lenses in contact, refraction of light through a prism and optical instruments, microscopes and astronomical telescopes and their magnifying powers, wave optics, in that wavefront and Huygens principle, proof of laws of reflection and refraction using Huygens principle, and all other things. Then Unit 7, dual nature of matter and radiation, photoelectric effect, Hertz and Lennard's observations, Einstein's photoelectric equation, particle nature of light, matter waves, wave nature of particles, de Broglie's relation. Unit 8, atoms and nuclei, alpha particle scattering experiment, Rutherford's model of atom, Bohr's model, energy levels, hydrogen spectrum, de Broglie's explanation of Bohr's second postulate, composition and size of nucleus, atomic masses, isotopes, isobars, isotones, nuclear forces, mass energy relation, mass defect, binding energy per nucleon and its variation with mass number, radioactivity, nuclear fission and fusion. Unit 9, electronic devices, energy bands in solids, conductors, insulators and semiconductors and intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductors, semiconductor diode, I5 characteristics in forward and reverse bias, diode as a rectifier. So this is the syllabus of Kcet Physics 2025. So this video was helpful. Please give a like and also share my video with your friends. So okay friends, I'll see you in my next video. Then take care and stay. Bye my dear friends.